Hi everyone. I meant to post more often, but I didn't realize how busy I was gonna be this last couple of weeks of the summer semester. So I'm not sure if you guys can remember, but I did mention that I'm still in my doctorate program, and so I am taking basically my last class before comms or comprehensive examination. So I'm actually trying to write a methodology paper. So basically, that is part of a research study where it talks about, like how are you going to conduct the study, details about, participants, how you're going to recruit, some limitations, issues with generalizability, ethical concerns, and stuff like that. But anyway, so I'm writing that paper right now. This is probably one of the hardest things I have written for my doctorate program. I mean, everything is challenging, and especially when you are in a program where you basically have to be more of an active learner, so you are not being fed information, so you are not being told, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. Sometimes they're just going to give you like a bunch of things to read, instructions, a rubric, and then they're just going to say, hey, write a paper. And then you're like, well, I don't even know what I'm supposed to write. But anyway, so I'm this is probably the lowest grade I've ever had in like a paper, and I'm struggling quite a bit. And I think it's because sometimes, you don't know what you don't know. And I know that this feeling of being uncomfortable means that I'm learning. This is probably a sign of growth, but it is quite uncomfortable and sometimes discouraging. That said, this semester is almost over, so I'm just gonna power through it, try my best to make some changes to my paper, and really hope for the best. But it's crazy because then, I mean, not to be overly confident, but after writing my paper, I was actually pretty confident about my paper. And then when I got my feedback, when I got my feedback, I was kind of disappointed. I had to make a lot of changes, and I don't know, I don't want to make it as an excuse, but maybe because English is not my first language, maybe I'm struggling a little bit. Generally speaking, I feel like I'm a pretty strong writer, but in this class, I struggled quite a bit. And not necessarily with grammar and simple stuff like that, but I have a tendency, I guess, according to my professor, to be passive in my writing. So I need to be more active, more direct. And I'm a pretty wordy person, so I'm having a hard time making things more concise. And I'm also the type of person that needs specific directions, right? If you give me vague directions, sometimes I don't know. Again, I don't know what I don't know. And I'd rather overdo it than underdo it. So if you tell me, talk about the data analysis plan, I'm going to give you everything that I know about data analysis. And then so my problem is sometimes my professor would tell me, hey, you're putting too much details. That's not needed here. You may need it for your dissertation, but not for this paper. But then again, I don't know. Anyway, wish me luck. I'm almost done with this course, and then we'll go from there. And I will probably keep you more posted once I start working on my comps. And then maybe if I pass comps, hopefully I do, then I will take you guys to my dissertation journey and how it's gonna be. I'm probably not gonna be talking about my specific study just in case I have to make a lot of changes. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to come in here and give you guys an update. Now, when it comes to my fitness journey, I'm still working out 5 days a week. I'm still making sure I'm, moving, taking the steps. I'm eating pretty healthy, except for the last week. Last week it was pretty challenging because my husband, he loves to bake. So every time he's baking something, he would ask me to taste it. Or sometimes just, me smelling the cookies. Sometimes it's really hard to resist. So I've been eating here and there. I mean, not overeating, but definitely they're not part of my plan. So fitness journey is going well overall, and I'm still aiming to lose 9 more pounds and then go from there. Anyway, so just wanted to keep you guys updated on what's going on. Thank you for following. I know I don't have a lot of followers, but anyway, thank you for following, and I'll keep you guys posted. Bye.